Okay, Cancer, I am Lisi, the High Priestess. Okay, this can resonate in your past, present, or future. Okay, this is a new channel. It is not my old channel, so press like, subscribe, notification bell. Okay, with the notification bell, you can get my lives. If not, you're going to have to wait 12 hours until YouTube releases it. The first card that I pull out is Griselda Blanca. Okay, Griselda Blanca is an air sign. She's actually an Aquarius. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. Okay. She was the definition of the Queen of Swords. Okay. And I get the Four of Cups. Okay. So Griselda Blanca was Colombian. Okay. A cocaine leader. She actually put Escobar on, if you didn't know that. Okay. She used to be the life of the party. Okay. She was very knowledgeable. She was a searcher and a seeker of the truth, very analytical thinker. Okay, a boss, a very dangerous one. Lives by her own concept, her own ideas, and her own methods. Okay, if you ever violated her, you will find her destructive ways. Okay. She was born on February 15th, by the way. So I constantly this might not be you, but you might carry Aquarius placements. Okay. You might be a female Griselda Blanca. Okay. You might be, one of those. If you don't know knowledge about her, I would definitely look it up. Okay. Griselda Blanca and the Cocaine Cowboys. Okay. And I get the eight of pentacles. Okay. I feel like because she had people that will work for her. She didn't even have to move. She had very faithful cocaine cowboys. That's what they call a Griselda Blanca and the cocaine cowboys. And they will move for her. Okay, this kind of reminds me of that one guy that she had. Oh, I thought he was so fine. What was his name? He actually was able to escape a whole case because he was having sex with the secretary. Very smart man. I think they even had planned to like kidnap one of the presidents at that time. Okay. Like, yes, Griselda Blanca was a very, very dangerous woman. Okay. I feel like I'm talking to a Griselda Blanca right here who is probably, needs a talk about this because, we ignore sound advice because we like that kind of work. Okay. Or, this is you like that kind of work. Okay, you work like that. People keep trying to give you sound advice and you refuse to take it. Okay, because I don't know why I feel like someone could be a gang leader. Okay, or you run your own unit or you're running the streets and you feel like that energy of Griselda Blanca. Okay, you won't listen to anybody. Okay, you won't take anybody's advice because you feel like you have so much control. Okay. The Nine of Pentacles. You like being independent. You like making your own money. You like living life by your own measures. Okay. And you don't have to be a woman. You could be a man embodying this kind of energy. Okay. You could be dealing with this kind of woman doing the same kind of thing that Griselda Blanca did. Okay. Because look, I've always been a big fan of Griselda Blanca, to be honest with you. But outside looking in, if you don't being her, I could see why she would move the way that she would move. To be a woman in that kind of industry, you have to be cutthroat and heartless. Also, looking back at what happened to her when she was young, she grew up in a very abusive home and an abusive kind of environment, country, at poor country as it is. Okay. There was said that she did her first killing at 11 years old. She started kidnapping, extorting. She was called the Black Widow because all three of her husbands died in her hands, or, she went to war with them. Okay. Here you are, Cancer. Also, she was famously known for pulling drive-bys in the motorcycle. She was known. Also, she was known if she owed you money, she will kill you. If you owed her money, she will kill you. Also, she did a lot of, acts, very brutal acts on people to mark her territory, her name. She had a whole posse that was ran. She ran this posse. And, I think the only man that was able to escape her was the last man that she was with, the black man. And only because she was in prison. And also, people were not okay with it because he was a black man. Okay. And she was Colombian. For those that understand, and the Latin community, for some reason, I would like to say Latin community is just as racist as the Caucasians. I feel like it's a new world and there's a change coming. But looking at the 80s and 90s, okay, the late 80s and the early 90s, there was a lot of wars between the blacks and the Mexicans, okay, especially in prison and stuff like that. It was a no-no. I will tell you why, Cancer, because when I was young, I got pregnant at 16. I got pregnant at 15, had my daughter at 16. And I was amongst one of the first to be pregnant by a black man, and it was frowned upon in my family. We have definitely surpassed those times. But going back to Griselda Blanca, surviving those kind of times, it was and she was dating someone like that and it was frowned upon. Okay. But she surpassed that. She actually was able to get out of prison, and she was deported back to Colombia. It was in Colombia where she died the same way that she killed other people. A motorcycle rolled up on her and assassinated her. They murdered her that way. And this is no shade to their family, because I know Michael Corleone actually has a show on drug cartel on VH1. Okay. So, I mean, we're talking about real people's lives, but the inspiration of Griselda Blanca, there's a lot of these women out here in this world who live and die by the gun, and who live this kind of lifestyle where, we have to, as a woman, you have to be more vicious than the man. Also, sometimes because you have no choice, because it's either becoming a victim or being a survivor. We don't know why we were given these issues of life, because Griselda Blanca, maybe if she was born and raised differently than her mom had raised her, because her mom was very brutal with her, you know according to the documentaries and her life stories. They said that she was actually being prostituted at a very young age. What would you assume a woman like that would do? Of course, she learned to take control of men, and eventually she became the one that would just wave her wand, and people had to do what she had. She was more dangerous than a man. If you went to war with her, it was almost guaranteed that you would not win. Highly favored by, she put Pablo Escobar on. Also, she was at the very when she was they have the Lifetime story about her, which is like, I like more of the one of the actual documentary of her. Griselda, the Black Widow, and then Griselda Blanca and the Cocaine Cowboys. If you don't know about it, it will teach you a lot about why some of these women tend to be very cutthroat. They weren't raised in a proper environment like us, or like other people. They were born in violence and brutality, and gangs, and the streets, and with parents that didn't treat that weren't parents, they were demons. How could she have not became the woman that she was? Life was hard for her, but then it taught us too, what power will do to a woman when we're trying to take control of men, and in the industry that is so cutthroat, as far as the drug industry. Okay. And I hope you learned something from this, because learning out of her story, I just want you to know there's the ups and there's the downs. And at the end of the day, the same way you kill people will be the same way that you die. Okay? Blessings, and thank you for your time.